The new Rush Duel ban list has just dropped. This will be going live July 1st. Looking at this thumbnail, it looks like they're probably going to be unlimiting Secret Order, which is something that I'm still a little bit on the fence about. I don't really want to see a bunch of turbo level 7 normal monster decks come back in, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what we get. So we did our prediction video in which we basically said a bunch of execute stuff was going to get hit, but after looking at some of the more recent results in the Galaxy Cup lists, it's looking like maybe they'll be hitting, if anything, Sea Serpents, maybe they'll be hitting machines, maybe they'll be hitting spellcasters. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Let's fire on in and see what we've got. Okay, so this is the same so far. As you see, we've already got Execute Lilius, and these are all limited. So these are limited to 1 still. So, again, both good, both fine, both fine. Okay, so Sushi Roll hasn't been unlimited. That's fine. Necromade Nana, again, hasn't been unlimited. Again, we don't really mind that. I think that's also fine. Let's see what's next. Thunderbolt. Okay, so Thunderbolt is still on the list. So they might be unhitting Secret Order, but not Thunderbolt. I guess that does make sense. Because again, if any really, really powerful level 7s come out, or just a lot of them, Thunderbolt suddenly becomes like this really premium card. And again, I think the only reason to unlimit the Magical Stone Excavation would be if you're trying to break it. So I think this is fine. Okay, so no changes, except for obviously the cards that are no longer on here. So semi-restricted. Okay, so it's found itself a new home on the semi-restricted list, and we have something down here as well, based on the fact as well that the other Execute Scramble is not on here as well. I've completely forgot about that card. So it looks like Execute Scramble is also going to be here. Okay, so we're actually giving Execute a bit of a buff. I don't dislike that. I think that's fine. Again, since Mad Rare Aquila has been out, Execute has seemed a little bit on the weaker side. It's not showing any results pretty much at all. So I guess giving them a little buff is fine. Again, I still don't really like the deck, and I don't really want to be playing against it all that much, but I suppose that's fine. And since that's the semi-restricted list, I guess that means there's nothing else. Yeah, so that's it. So the only changes is Secret Order to 2 and Execute Scramble to 2. It's a bit boring, I think, but at the same time, like I said in my prediction video, I think this is fine. I think the meta right now is in an actual really good place. I think 7's Wonder Fusion is a really strong deck. I think Light Machine is a really strong deck. I think the Sea Serpents is a really strong deck. None of them feel super oppressive. I think the strongest of them is still probably the 7's Wonder Fusion. But again, those cards are all still brand new. It's awkward to try and hit around it. So I think we just let it live for a little bit. And there are a lot of natural counters. Anything that has kind of grave hate is really, really strong into that. So I think that kind of works out. So I think this is a good list. I think not trying to like mix up too much is probably for the best, because again, if you are in a good meta, or in my opinion, a good meta, let's not fuck with it too much, right? So I don't know how I feel about this going forward though. Is this going to be enough to put Execute back on the map? I don't think so. I don't think this one change is going to be enough to make Execute suddenly very, very playable under Aquila. But again, just before the Galaxy Cup qualifiers, Execute was seeing quite a lot of play. So it makes me a little bit tentative, because again, I really don't like Execute. I think it's just a really boring deck. Secret Order, on the other hand, is an interesting one. This is definitely going to be a boost to Light Galaxy. I think that'll be the main deck that will get a boost out of this. Other than that, I think the only strong deck that's probably, but not even a strong deck, realistically, it's like a tier 3, tier 4 deck, would maybe like Pyros. But again, I don't know if that's really going to do anything for them. Yeah, it's an interesting list. I don't know if this is going to really shake up the meta much at all. It'll be interesting to try out Light Galaxy, see how that performs now, just with the extra copy of Secret Order, because now that means getting out the Eternal Galactica Oblivion should be even easier. Having another way to special summon out guys. This also can technically unbrick you, because if you open like 3 Galactica Oblivion and a Secret Order, you can just special summon one out, get the number of cards in your hand down. So it's an interesting one. I think, like I said, I think this is fine. I think this is good. I think, again, good meta, don't mess with it. I'm quite happy with this. So yeah, that's it. Nice, short and sweet video. Thanks for watching.